everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Lisa and today I am going to go over April paycheck number 2, and this is for April the 15th through the 28th. So I have printed out this sheet. I just whipped it together using Canva, and I made a sticker for the heading using Cricut Design Space. So I'm getting super crafty, and I changed all the boxes pink this time to be super fancy. I did go ahead and write down all of my categories to save a little bit of time. Let's go ahead and get started. If you're new here, I am a full-time employee. I'm paid a salary. I'm not hourly, and I get paid every other Friday. And I bring home $1,500. And then from April paycheck number 1, I had a rollover amount of $48.09. And then I did have a checking account buffer of $25. So adding my income, the rollover, and the buffer is $1,573.09. 7309. Okay, moving down to my fixed expense. The first expense that I have is the lawn care, and I am budgeting $75. So the guy that I hired charges $75 for the front of the property and then the sides as well, but it doesn't include the backyard. I don't think it will be much more to also have him mow the backyard, but right now it doesn't need it. So I'm only needing to budget $75. The backyard has like a bunch of moss, and what does sprout up here and there are weeds, and it only needs to be mowed once every maybe month or two. Okay, next is the water bill, and I'm going to budget $30. Then I have my AT&T cell phone bill, and that is $43.03. And then we have Apple, and this is for Apple TV and unlimited downloads on music, and that's $21.18. And so let's total that up. So we have $75 for the lawn, $30 for water, $43.03 for Apple, and $21.18 for Apple. I feel like I said the word Apple twice. I don't know. That's $169.21 for fixed expenses, which is a heck of a lot less than it was last check. Moving on to my cash envelopes. The first envelope is for my daughter, Carol Ann. She's a grad student. She lives with me, and I give her $160 every time I'm paid, so that's $80 per week. And we're going to budget $160 again this time. Then I have food and household expenses. I budget $100 per week, so that will be $200 this check. And then personal spending, I'm going to budget $40. And then gas for my car, I'll also budget $40. And so let's total this up. So we've got $160 for Carol Ann, $200 for food and household, $40 for spending, $40 for gas, is a total of $440. Now, we did find out what Carol Ann's clinical rotation is going to be for PA school. I can't talk today, PA school. And so she is going to be out of town at least 10 to 15 weeks over the next year, year and a half, at least, probably more. And so as she is commuting for these clinical rotations, her envelope amount will change. And I think what I may do, and you guys always have great suggestions, so let me know what you think and if you do something differently. But she knows that her gas is going to be more expensive, and I was just thinking I would cut my gas in half and then also cut my spending in half so that I could give her an extra $40, so that would be $100 a week, so $200. Or I could reduce food, household spending, and gas and give it to her. I'm not real sure how much she's going to need. I know that they provide housing when she's out of the area, but she'll still be responsible for commuting and getting herself to and from, which, you know, with gas prices is probably going to be pretty expensive. So I'm going to need to figure out a way to help her a little bit more during the clinical rotation. She's supposed to graduate from PA school in August of 2023. And so, you know, whatever change I make is going to have to be sustainable for at least a year and 2 months, year and 3 months, I think. So let me know down in the comments, because you guys, I think, sometimes know my budget better than I do. So if you have any suggestions for me, if you have any experience, I'd love to hear about it. Okay, so that's cash envelopes. Now moving on to my sinking fund. The first fund is Christmas. I budget 25 per week. So that's 50 this check. Then I have fur babies. That also gets 25 a week, so 50 this check. Car maintenance gets 30 per week, so that's 60 this check. Then we have car insurance. That gets 20 per week, so that's going to be 40 this check. Gifts, which is for Mother's Day, Father's Day, and birthdays, will get 10 a week, so that's going to be 20. And the remaining categories, clothes, Amazon, P.O. Box, vacation, and medical, those all get 5 per week, so that's 10. 10 each this check, so that's easy because they're all the same. Okay, so let's add up my sinking funds. So there's 100, there's 200, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. So that's 270. Didn't even need a calculator. Look at me. Okay, next is my Roth IRA. And I contribute $300 to my Roth IRA every single paycheck. And so the total is $300. And last is savings. So I've got a rollover and a buffer. And so let's go through and subtract income from all of these other categories to see how much is left over. And unbudgeted, I don't have anything unbudgeted, so we won't be doing anything with this last box. But thank you to the subscriber that suggested removing the budgeted amount, because that really did make sense. I was able to remove the lines there, which ended up working out really well. So thank you so much for that suggestion. Okay, let's see how much is left over. So I've got $1,573.09 in income. I'm going to subtract $169.21. I'm going to subtract $443. That's not right. That's $440. Oopsies. Yeah, $440. I don't know where I got 3 from. That's funny. Yeah, so $440. And then, okay, so I've got $1,403.88 after expenses. So gonna subtract $440. then we'll subtract $270, which are my sinking fund amounts, and then $300. So that leaves me, hopefully you can see that. It's hard to tell in the camera here. $393.88. So here's what I'm thinking. My buffer amount to start was $25, and I think what I'm going to do is increase the buffer to $50. I think I'm going to slowly build it up. So let's leave $50 for a buffer and keep everything else for a rollover, at least for now. So let's subtract 50. So that leaves $343.88 for rollover. And the total of these two would be $393.88. Okay, well, so just so that you know why I didn't do anything else with this extra money, the 1st of May, I'm going to have my rent to pay. I'm going to have the electric bill to pay. And I've got Netflix, Hulu. I have quite a bit that gets paid like that very first week of every month. And I need to have some rollover amount just in case my expenses exceed my biweekly income. And so I'm just going to kind of let that rollover amount accumulate and maybe reallocate later on down the line if it, if I have a good amount. I'll slowly be increasing the buffer because I would really like to have about, maybe like $1,000 buffer in my checking account, which I know seems like a lot, and it is. I've got $10,000 in savings right now, but I don't want to have to pull out of savings to cover just kind of everyday expenses that I've just forgotten about or didn't think about, didn't plan for, that kind of good stuff. And I think $1,000 buffer will get that. Will cover all of those kinds of unbudgeted items that I didn't think of. So let me know down in the comments, though, if you do a rollover and a buffer, just a rollover. Are you doing it like I am, or maybe something a little bit different? Let me know down below. But that is everything for this video. Again, this is for April paycheck number 2, which is from April the 15th through the 21st. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for supporting my channel, and I hope you guys have a great day or night wherever you're at. Bye.